Well, are you ready to kick this off?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
All right, good deal. Now, just so you know, dude, you better know that I love you because right now, Alabama is playing football, and I
Oh
scheduled the
no.
football this podcast during the football game just for you to accommodate you.
Oh man. Now see you got me feeling like a dickhead.
No,
I feel
don't do that. Don't do that. All right, man.
I know how much of a fan you are too,
Oh
man.
yeah,
I
no,
know how
it's
much of
good.
a fan you are.
It's
Hey, look,
good.
we can,
I got it playing right over the screen. So if I yell, you know why.
just
All
start
right,
gazing
man.
off into the
That's right.
screen.
That's right. Okay, let's get this thing started, everybody. My name's James Gilbert. This is the Work Hard People's Podcast. Hope everybody out there is doing good. Please, like, subscribe, drop a comment. I have Mr. Marcus Guerrero with us today. He's popping in on the show. We have a few things we're gonna talk about. Do a little QA. Marcus, how are you?
Man, I'm good. I'm excellent. The smile is on my face. I'm around Mr. James Gilbert. So I hate it, man, because like when I smile, I can't help it, man. My face looks all crazy. I look like a beetle, but we're here for it. We're here for the excitement. I'm happy. I'm at my brother's house now, so we're in his music recording studio. Shout
Oh,
out to
nice,
Grips. Yeah.
nice,
Some good
nice.
workout tunes. Get some
Yeah.
good hardcore workout music going because that's what we're all about. Work hard, peoples, baby. We're here.
That's right. Working hard. And Marcus is the head of the Old School Labs athlete program and ambassador program as well, right?
Yes, sir. Yes. Yep.
Okay, very good. So he runs that, which, if you can't tell by the banner, we're fully signed on. Marcus
Yes.
Marcus threw a hook and snagged me. So we are 100% full on OSL on this podcast now. I'll be, a matter of fact, there's going to be a few changes. We're going to start dropping some more shorts, like some training things where like technique, different things like that, just to help you guys out. This podcast is about highlighting people that have great stories that have overcome great challenges and just putting out the best information we can about training, nutrition, and just having a good time talking about it. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing. With that in mind, one of the first things, and this kind of fit in perfect because I did want to highlight a product on the show from time to time, and I'm going to highlight them as I use them. I'm going to break them down Barney style. I'm not going to get into a bunch of ingredients. I will always pop the label up on there. You'll see the label. It should be right there now, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what my timing is when I edit. But
I see
yeah,
it.
it's there, it's
I
there.
see it.
But no.
Beautiful.
So and so I'm just going to talk about these products real, how they work for me, how they feel. And you know this, Marcus. The first thing I just want to highlight right off the bat is Old School Labs whey protein. I have trouble digesting dairy products in general. I have trouble, like when I take protein, man. It's always gives me bubble guts. It messes with
Oh,
me.
yeah.
I don't feel good. But Old School Labs protein, I never have that problem. And I've tried. Like they have great flavors. I mainly I get the chocolate and the lemon cheesecake. The lemon cheesecake is great. It's like that's like a
Great.
dessert. I have this metal
Yeah.
bowl, right? And I will mix it up kind of thick and just put it in the freezer. It's absolutely delicious, right? And you're getting nothing. And so I love it. Very smooth on my stomach. Makes me feel good. I digest it well. It definitely, for those that know me personally, I carry a ton of muscle, and it really it really helps me out, man. I love it. I have it. I eat it every day. I have
You
two
don't, you
scoops
don't
in the
gotta be
morning.
humble, James. You don't gotta be
Nah,
humble. You walk around like
nah.
a barn door. We know it. We see the
Dude,
trap. We see the lats.
you had me going, man, when you said that shaker cup looks like a Coke can in your hand.
It really
Dude,
did.
come on, man.
I mean, come on. The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah,
The man was dwarfing our shaker cup. We're gonna have to make an XL shaker cup now.
yeah,
Screw the
yeah.
t-shirts.
What made me laugh about that more than anything was just the simple fact that you see people's pictures on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, but you really have no idea
I have no
how
idea.
big, tall, whatever they
Yeah.
are until you actually can put it in perspective. And it's a
Yeah.
regular shaker cup. And when I looked at it, I was like, oh, yeah, I am a big boy. I'm a big boy.
Honestly, that's like a fear of mine. Legit, that's a fear of mine that like people are gonna think I'm bigger than what I am. So like we're gonna see each other in person. I'm gonna get that. Oh, you're a lot. I thought you were bigger.
No, you look great. Marcus kills it, man. He kills
Oh
it.
man.
Well, so let's. I want to get to some of these questions. So first, and right in line with the protein, a guy hit me on Facebook. He wants to try the products. His name's Russell. Guy, I actually went to high school with him, and I just dropped about this episode that
Oh
we were going to
nice.
be going over some stuff. He was asking me about Old School Labs. Oh, by the way, my code is WHP, and I will put that in there too. Work hard, peoples.
100%. You gotta
Right?
use
So, right? Use that
WHP at
code.
checkout. Yes.
Yeah, WHP at checkout.
I like
So,
it too. Short and sweet, man. That's
yeah.
a lot of people they come in and more power to them, but they got like code XXX Jesse 10 5 20, and I'm like, yo, like no one's gonna
No,
remember that. That is
keep
your
it
code
simple, man.
specifically. Yeah,
Keep it
man.
simple.
WHP.
But he literally asked me, what is, he goes, I'm getting ready to try some of this protein. What is the best flavor? Right? Now,
Awesome.
everybody has their own flavor. I'm going to tell you right
I
now.
know.
I like, I, some people knock Old School Labs chocolate. I like it. So
I've
I have
seen
that.
that. I've seen that.
Yeah, I have it every morning, and it's great in oatmeal. And then
Mhm.
I like the lemon cheesecake. So I'm telling you right now, you can't go wrong with those. If you're like a coffee guy, I've heard great. I've never tried it myself. Have you tried the tiramisu?
I have tried it. It was sweet. The
It
tiramisu,
was
like,
sweet.
so you know how the chocolate is very it has a very like cocoa-y
It's
taste.
almost
It's
like dark
very
chocolate. Yeah,
yes.
that's
It
what I
has
like
a
about it.
yeah. It's a very strong chocolate. To where the tiramisu definitely has like that. It's sweet, much sweeter.
Yeah,
Kind of similar to the oatmeal cream pie. You know how that one's pretty sweet. The
yeah,
the vegan, the
the vegan
vintage
one. Yeah.
bounty. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, very sweet. Those two, but that's actually one of my favorite ones as well.
Yeah.
Shockingly, the vintage bounty. But yeah,
But
tiramisu
yeah,
is
if you
pretty good.
like that, if you like if you like that, definitely give that a try. Like I said, the lemon cheesecake is fantastic.
That's my
It's one of
favorite.
my favorites.
Yeah,
And
that's my favorite.
if you like that dark chocolate, that cocoa kind of, which I do,
Hmm.
like I said, two scoops every. I get home from the gym, two scoops. So I try to get about 40 grams of protein with every meal. So it's two scoops, and then an hour later it's breakfast. So, but yeah, I love it. So that I would recommend definitely if you're looking to try the protein, any of the flavors are good. They really are. So,
Oh
and
yeah.
like I said, they're great on your digestion. That I have no issues. They use the three sources of protein. They do use milk, eggs, and beef is where they're getting that protein from. And like I said, I feel great on it. Love it.
Oh
Love
yeah.
it.
I
Anything
got
to
it, man.
add
My
on that?
my favorite, dude. I will never because I am. I'm not gonna lie. So prior to OSL, I was not big on products at all. I did not supplement. You would think I was all into it. I really wasn't. So a lot of my like trying was after the fact and comparing and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not a fan of whey protein. I am not
Yeah.
a fan. I don't like. I can cook with it, and that's great. I like doing certain baking, pancake things like that. I can add to certain things, especially coffee. I think if you're not a fan of whey protein, add it to coffee. Add it to something that's in your your repertoire
Mm-hmm.
already. It's incredible in that sense. But when I first had the lemon cheesecake, I was blown away. I'm big on like the leftover, like when you do cereal and the
Yeah.
milk that's left over, it literally
Uh,
tastes like a bowl of fruity pebbles, like the
yeah.
milk that's left behind in fruity pebbles. So like
Yeah.
it's definitely the one I would suggest to everybody because no joke. And I say that like OSL can fire me right now. I say like, no, their lemon cheesecake's pretty dang good. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, it's pretty good. Like it blew me away the first time I ever had it, and I had it by accident. Like
Yeah.
I think I ordered tiramisu and they ended up I know I won one of the first challenges. I won their protein. And so it was a lemon cheesecake at the time. They were promoting that one. And I tried it and I was like, oh my God, I didn't even probably finish my tiramisu. It was that good.
Yeah.
The lemon cheesecake was like bar none. And then, like I said, the Vintage Bounty, which is our vegan,
Mm-hmm.
their oatmeal cream pie. I mean, you see people in the group, they've
Oh
already,
yeah.
people
Yeah.
rant and rave about it. Like, I know Esco is all over it, James. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who really like the oatmeal cream pie as well. So if you're one, someone wants to go vegan, I would definitely go with that one. The lemon bar, that's another good one. The lemon bar,
Mm-hmm.
that's a vegan one. But yeah, favorite has to be lemon cheesecake. They're right
Yeah, I
there.
love that one. Love it. Love it. Okay, let's talk about our friend from down under, Mr. Dylan Smith, because he was wanting us to talk about something here, and I think it's an important topic. And he asked me, he's like, "Hey, man, can you meal plan on a budget with a fussy family?" Right?
A
And
loaded.
the first thing I'm going to tell you is the family dynamic is if you're getting ready to make a change in your life and you want to better your health, that is a personal decision, and not everybody's going to make that decision at the same time. And I told my family, I was like, listen, I'm going to do me and you do you. I will be more than happy to cook enough for everybody, whoever wants it. But if that's not the direction you want to go, I understand. I'm not going to make my family eat what I'm eating just because that's what I need. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a hard thing, but sometimes you just got a family dinner, your dinner. As far as meal plan on a budget, what I do, and I still do this to this day, I look for sales.
Yeah.
Like if I go into the grocery store and chicken breasts are on sale, I'm gonna buy a bunch of it and then I freeze it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That is like the best way. When you're looking, because protein's really going to be the most expensive, right? The rice isn't that expensive. Potatoes, vegetables, those type of things are not really expensive that are going to really hit that pocketbook. But protein can get exorbitant, and I don't know what it's like in Australia as far as the cost difference for like a pound of chicken there versus here.
Yeah.
But look for sales, number one. The other thing is you can supplement. So this is the old school. This is the old school bodybuilding on a budget diet, right? This is what the broke bodybuilders used to do back in the day. Tuna fish
Yes,
and
sir.
rice cakes. All right? You'd be amazed. Those little packs of tuna fish that you can get for 50 cents.
Yeah.
They have 17 grams of protein in them. So you eat two of those with some rice cakes, and you've had a decent meal, depending on how what your protein needs are and how big you are and things like that. But I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
you for like lunches and things. I mean, man, I used to do it when I was traveling all the time. I used to travel with those. I packed several of those tuna packs and rice cakes.
Mm-hmm.
And because you just grab a fork, maybe if you want, you put a little mustard on there, you just house that down, eat your rice cakes, and you're on doing what you got to do.
Yeah.
You
Is
got any
weird, but
ideas for that?
yeah, man. Well, one, you talk about tuna. So do you? What do you do with the water in the can? Like when you get the
I don't get
cans,
the
it's
can. I get the
oh, you
pouches
get the
now.
packet. Okay, so I'm not gonna
Yeah, now
lie.
in the can, I'm draining it.
See, I'm draining it with my mouth, folks.
Oh, you're drinking it?
I,
That's
I,
1990.
I don't know what it is, but I love it. Like
That's good, man.
yo,
That's
Jessica,
good.
she judges me every time I do it. Like we had like she won't even like she said, hey, can you give the cats that? Like, cause we give them tuna
Good
and things
for
like that.
her.
And she
Yeah,
I
I ain't drinking that, man.
I don't know what's wrong with me, man, and I don't know. But I love to drink the liquid, the little, not the oil. Like I'll do the water can, can tuna with water, and I'll literally do.
That's like,
So
man, that makes me it's about as bad as like those guys on Instagram blending chicken out. I
oh,
am
yeah.
not doing it. I ain't drinking no chicken shake.
And I don't, and that's what, and honestly, that's what I'd say. You're like adding mustard to it, which is good. Yeah, I would do mustard.
Yeah,
But I can like, I like the juice so much. The water I like the
yeah,
tuna water so much that I don't need to add anything to it, and I really enjoy it like that.
yeah.
Like I can actually really get extra protein in easily. But to go off what you're saying, yeah. So it's a couple of things. Of course, look for a store like here we have like Aldi's and things like that. So go to the Australian
Mhm.
Aldi's. and you can do things that get ground turkey and buy a bunch of when they go on sale for like here I guess a good price was like three something. To me, that's always
Mm-hmm.
seems like a good price, $3.99. When they go on a sale like that, I'll buy like 10 of them, keep them in the freezer. And I would say one thing that's really helped me is a rice cooker. Oh my goodness, man, a rice
Oh yeah,
cooker, and
I have
especially if
one
they
of
have the
those.
little with the vegetable tray up top, to where you can like do your vegetables steamed, and then because the steam from the rice cooker will cook the vegetables. That is so simple. You can cook in bulk. You can cook a good bit. You can cook at least 3, 4, or 5 days worth, depending on
Mm-hmm.
how much rice you're eating. That's it's a lifesaver. It's a lifesaver,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're not trying to set off your smoke alarms in your house from all
Yeah,
using all four burners and
yeah,
things like that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
things of that nature really help. And of course, yeah, get your protein in however you see fit. But with the family thing, that's where it gets difficult. But I think
It is. It
I don't
does.
even, like you hit that perfectly, as far as sometimes you got to put yourself first,
Mm-hmm.
while still, you might have to make a different meal and things of that nature. But yeah, certain things that make it easier, like a rice cooker, or air fryer, things of that nature, just as far as, creating a bountiful amount of food. But I do want to say
Yeah,
shout out to Dylan, man. Dylan is somebody who
yeah.
you brought him into the
I did.
transformation
I love
challenge.
that guy.
Dude, he is. I will never forget when he first came in. He was such a unique individual. And I
He
know you
is
know what I
very
mean.
unique.
Because and I was like, wait, it's his sense of humor. He's that kind
Yeah,
of guy.
he
He's like, yo, this is how
is.
we are from down here. Like,
Yeah, love
man,
him.
that dude is. Shout out to Dylan, man. He was somebody
Yeah.
who he really helped our last transformation challenge. There are certain things and people and just different things that happen within the group or within the challenge or for that 8 week period. And he's somebody who he showcased so much of himself. He
Hmm.
showed the ups and downs, talked about his work life and just everything that comes with life, real life, being transparency. And he did all that while keeping his true self and being true to
Yeah.
how he felt, keeping that dark sense of humor and but being open, man. Like the transparency for this guy, the dude is like a living duality within himself. Like he has
Yeah.
like so much going on in the sense of his sense of humor and just comedic value. And then all of a sudden he gets really real and deep on you. So
Hmm.
like that was something that really like helped bring the transformation full circle for me. So shout out to that guy. He's still active in there and things like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that dude
Dylan's
is
got a heart of
incredible.
gold, man. He's fantastic. I
Yeah.
love it that you put that post out there recently about the new product that's getting ready to get launched, and he's all Marcus Blood pre-workout.
He's been saying that. He's been saying that for so long, to the point where I feel like, as far as manifestation goes, he's
Yeah,
gonna be the one that does it for me. At this
yeah,
point, I'm now a believer, and I'm like, yo, OSL ain't never
yeah.
gonna make me a product, but
Give me some
now
Marcus Blood pre-workout, baby.
it's gonna be our new nitric oxide. All right, it's
Yeah,
our new formulated NO.
that's
It's gonna
right.
be that blood, vintage blood,
That's right.
The Marcus
That's
series.
good. I love it. Love it. Yeah, he's a good dude, man.
He is.
I really appreciate Dylan. Dylan. He's a good guy. So
Yeah.
I'll FaceTime him every once in a while in the middle of the night. Like it'll be late here, and he'll be at work. Here he would be like out working at home. He's like, "What's up?" Because he's like in the future.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's man. I don't know what is it. It's almost it's morning time over there. Sunday morning.
Yep.
So. Yeah, very good. Very good. Anything else on meal planning with a budget?
Yes, I mean, just kind of how you said, you hit it on the head, man. Buying in bulk when it's on sale, buying the easy route about it. As far as the rice cakes, the tuna fish packets. Like I said, make it easier yourself, especially if a time is an issue for you with the family. Things that just make it easier. Just being able to cook 3 days of food in one, find good packaging for it, and so that you can store it away and get right back to it, quick and easy if you're on the go with the family and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then the other thing from a family perspective, I would say is recipes, right? Look for good, healthy recipes, and there's a lot of them out there that are just they're tasty, they're fun, and they're
Yep.
macro friendly, and that's absolutely gonna going to be a huge benefit. Because then if the family, like, what's the key to dieting, right? It tastes like crap, or it tastes good, or, those are the keys. If it tastes good, you don't care that it's, health food. You don't care that
Yeah.
it's good for you.
Mhm.
I would say follow Chelsea Berman on Facebook. Definitely follow her because
Yeah.
she posts stuff like what she's making, all these things. And I'm telling you right now, if I had the money, I'd hire that girl as my personal chef.
Yeah, man. She
Right?
does things like that ice cream, the protein ice cream and things like that. That I'm like, I don't even know
Yeah.
how to do it. I don't know how to do it.
And
And
the
she makes it look
pizzas and the
legit.
stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's macro friendly. She
Yeah.
uses different ingredients to make this stuff, and it would be fun for the kids.
Yep.
It's healthy for them, healthy for the family. It's going to taste good. I would definitely follow her on Facebook
Absolutely. Yeah. Chelsea is
and
somebody who
Instagram. Yep.
yep, she's somebody who I like I really and I probably said this and she probably thinks I'm joking about it, but I really want her to have like her own little like segment in the OSL group. Like literally every Friday night or whenever she feels comfortable, rather she wants to go live or just like show us how she does it because she does the Friday night pizza nights with the family
Yeah.
and does healthy alternatives to pizza and just different things. Guess what topping I'm using this time? So just that alone, the pizza and the ice cream and doing it the healthy way that's like for the family. Literally, her kid has to love that. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
so. I really, Chelsea, if you're listening, I know you are. Just I'm being serious. Like I really want you to just come in and have your own little segment because you're somebody who knows what you're doing. She has her own garden. Like, she's doing everything the right way when it comes to, exactly what Dylan is asking, doing something
Yeah.
that's family friendly and things of that nature,
Hmm.
finding good ways and alternatives to eat right. You feel like you're cheating when you're not. Like you're having pizza every night and you're staying as fit as you are. How's that possible? But,
Yeah.
you're doing it the right way.
100%. Okay. Now, this next question, disclaimer, is coming up on the screen right now. You'll see it. I'm not a doctor, but I get this, and this is anonymous, and you can understand why. I get this question from younger athletes a lot. And there were a few people on my Instagram that dropped this question in reference to this Q&A we're doing here. And they ask this question all the time: when should I start using gear? I'm going to tell you right now, when do you start using gear? Never. It's never a good time to start using gear. Um, Especially when you're 20, 21,
Yeah.
22 years old. If I have a very simple philosophy about this. Yes, if you're going to be a competitive IFBB pro bodybuilder, uh, most likely you're going to have to start running some cycles to accomplish that
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah.
But if you listen to the best coaches in the industry, and I'm talking like Hani, even Matt Jansen, you listen to the best coaches in the industry, they're going to tell you several things. Number one, before you ever even consider starting that stuff, you make sure that you've reached your genetic potential. And genetic potential doesn't just mean, oh, I can't get any gains in the gym anymore. That means your sleep is 100% on point. Your recovery is 100% on point. Your food is 100% on point, and your training. Everything's aligned, and then you have
Yeah.
maxed out. That would be the time. The second caveat to that is less is more. Plain and simple, less is more. Ultimately, I'm telling you right now, if you're not getting on stage, don't do it. There's no need for it.
Yeah.
What's the point? You're just messing with your hormones. There's lots of things that go on. I mean, you're depending on the type of cycles you're running, you're putting yourself at risk to even have a family.
Hmm.
Sometimes you could go so far the other direction that your body just shuts down and they can't bring it back.
Yep.
So, just don't do it. Just stay away from it. Especially if you're young, you're just stay away from it. Right? There's no need for that. Ronnie Coleman turned pro as a natural. Did you know that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Hard to
turned pro
believe.
as a natural.
Hard to believe.
Yeah, he turned pro as a natural. He didn't start um, uh, taking enhanced supplements until he was like, why are these guys beating me on stage when it's getting like Olympia time and things like that? And
Yeah.
then he started and turned him into a whole new human being, right?
Oh
But
God, yeah.
but he turned pro as a natural. So you look at people like what's that guy's name? Slipped my name. Miguel. Miguel looks phenomenal now,
Oh
and
yeah.
he competes in OSB, which I've trained several athletes for OSB competitions. They're all natural. You are depending on where you place, you can have drug testing that's done. They do lie detector tests that you have to pass to even compete in that league. And he looks phenomenal and is growing and growing. Like I think about
Yeah.
him when I first come across him in the very first challenge that I did with Old School Labs, and I mean, man, he probably doubled in size.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Miguel was one of the people who I've told him this, and I've been more transparent now more than ever. Because he's somebody who I 100% wanted to get on the athlete team. He was an ambassador prior,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like when I started my journey, the first ever transformation challenge, he was in it. So he was in it
Yeah.
from day one, the first ever, and just seeing his growth has been it's honestly been helpful for me. Seeing him step on stage, seeing him just continue to grow, cutting off the dreads, that just all these different
Yeah.
things that he's done, and just growth in general. It's it's incredible for me. It's such a motivating factor for me to see. And I think it's because when I got into the transformation challenge for Old School Labs, it really did change my life. Like I changed. So it changed my life. It helped, but I
Mm-hmm.
changed. And one
Yeah.
of the things that helped was being more transparent and being able to give these people they're just doing. Hey, let you know, like I've hit up Miguel, text him and everything, like, on multiple occasions, just letting him know how just admirable it is what he's doing, the fact that he's turned his whole just a training life around. And I think that's why you
Mm-hmm.
see so much growth in somebody who's been working out for probably 10 plus, he's been working out for years, which is why he has that foundation that he's grown. Going off
Yeah.
of what James was saying is, man, like take it to that level to where people are just going to assume you're taking something. They're going to
Mm-hmm.
assume you're not natural because, it takes time. It does. It takes time. It takes effort. It really does. Whether you're doing it with steroids or without, it's going to take effort and time. Clearly a lot more time natural. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
that's a given. But when you see someone kind of start to align all those things that you're talking about, the sleep, the training, the diet, getting the right people in your corner, things of that nature that he has done, it really does help and benefit. And that's, I think, why we see in certain people who've been, working out for so long, all of a sudden we see growth. We see
Mm-hmm.
changes in their physique because now they're knowing how to hone in on certain things and concentrating and contracting this and all sorts of different ways to help your overall experience in this world that we call bodybuilding. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle. It's everything. It takes up a lot of time mentally, and if you give it that time and that TLC, it's going to give back to you. And it's usually it's a incredible relationship, but it's a very unique relationship because you're probably never going to feel you know, how you want to feel, especially if you're doing it natural. We all
Yeah.
have that to where we're looking at people who are unnatural. I've seen people who blew up, balloon past my side. I've been working out for years, 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 years. And I see people balloon past me. And I'm not going to lie, it's aggravating as hell. And I'll judge them. I'll do this and that. And I'll do little things that it's more so
Yeah.
an inward thing. It's something, it's clearly I'm projecting some type of insecurity in myself because, it comes with the territory. I think everybody who's
Yeah.
natural, they always contemplate,
Man.
wanting to hop on something and get a
Yeah.
little extra
Yeah.
Pacquiao juice in them and just blow up a little bit. I want
Oh
to eat that
yeah.
Canelo steak.
Yeah.
I want to
It's
get a couple of
definitely a tempting mistress, right? It's
God,
like
yes,
always right there. It's like, well, what if I just ran one cycle? I get the intrigue and the curiosity to kind of see what you could push yourself to, but even those guys that do that, they don't get that big without eating right and training.
absolutely.
Steroids don't make you go to the gym. They don't make you work hard in the gym. What they do more than anything is they help you recover faster so you can train quicker,
Yeah,
right? You can retrain a body part faster because that recovery process happens. The joints and things get strengthened so you can lift more weight to, do those things. There's lots of different things that go on in the body, but ultimately just stay away from it. I'm telling you, you're setting yourself up for some
yeah,
some bad health issues and things like that, especially if you are, getting stuff off the black market and things like that and just not taking care of, what you're doing, you're going to get yourself in trouble and can ultimately, I mean, kill you. So,
Yeah,
just stay
yeah,
away.
definitely, yeah. It's such a taboo little area because it's like, there's so many people who claim natural, and there's so many people who just one thing I will say is you got to understand that almost I'm gonna say just pretty much dang near every pro in IFBB is on something. They've been on something. They've done something. So
Hmm.
you really have to be like intelligent enough to know like where you can go and how far you can go and what you want to do. Kind of to go off of what you're saying, unless you're trying to do this to become the top elite athlete in the IFBB and you're thinking in 5-year 10-year time you can make a living off this and that's the only thing you want and that's your dream, then hey,
Yeah.
that's the route you're going to eventually have to take. I promise you, like, you're not going to get there without it. To be
Hmm.
real, now you can
No,
become the
100%.
best OCB athlete league, just all these different natural federations, 1,000%. You can get there tenfold without any drugs. But yeah, I mean, you got to be a realist, man. Like, you're not going to be on that, Olympia stage ever without a drug. So,
Of course.
you have to know where you're going and know how to, scope out the fake. You see it all the time in like a lot of, especially military, man. I've had a lot of military friends who accidentally go, or even in gym, on it, the whole gym bro culture, you have people who are above you and you see them, oh, they're big and they're giving you some war tab or something that it's a pill. So it's not steroids. You know what I mean? It's not that because I'm taking it orally. It's the same, it's a lot
Yeah.
of it's going to have the same effect on you. It's going to slow down your actual, testosterone as far as the flow and how much you're able to actually produce it. So
Hmm.
that's what James is kind of getting to as far as, once you get on it, there's a chance it's never going to be the same as it was. So yeah, if you're going to do it, man, one, do it when you're beyond working out, man. Give it work out for 5 years and then contemplate it. And I mean pre-contemplation,
Yeah.
pre-contemplation, meaning no, I'm still not getting on it, but I'm gonna allow it to enter my mind. And granted, it's been in my
Hmm.
mind for 5 years, 6, 7, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like so, but guess
No,
what?
I hear
Not
you.
gonna do it because
Yeah.
I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn. I'm over here. I want to get as big as I can without it, and I think I have the ability, but I also know that I will never be on the Olympia stage. Hence, my name being, on my
No,
ads
I
are
love
Mister
it.
No
Yeah.
Olympia. Yeah, like
I
because
love it.
I have to be a realist, man. Like,
Yeah.
so we're going for that No Olympia title. Who's with me?
That's right. That's right. Hey, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. No, it's hey, from a personal development side of things and the mental side of things. People, what I want to encourage you to do is fall in love with the person in the mirror,
It's
right?
hard. Yeah,
Whether it is hard, especially in this community because
yeah,
we all have some sense of body dysmorphia, right? We all
100%.
think, oh, I'm not big enough, or I'm
Mm-hmm.
carrying too much fat here or there. You've got to learn to fall in love with you in the mirror, and then set realistic goals. And it kind of falls in line with there's a girl on Instagram. What is she trying to? What's that name? Oh, Bearded Dragon Vibes. And she asked me, she says, I need to change my health, but don't know where to start. Please help. My answer to that question is to start. You don't have to have like a full gym membership and do all these things. Just go for a walk 3, 4 times a day. That's a
Yeah.
start. Start to gradually change your eating habits. That's a start. Every little thing that you do will start to improve not only the way you see yourself, but the way you feel. And that was the hardest thing for me. Like I'd see somebody in the mirror, but I didn't feel like what I saw in the mirror, right? Like I felt
Mm-hmm.
great. But the guy in the mirror, I'm like, you're not big enough. You need to get bigger and lose weight. You need to, and I'm like, man, you got to reconcile these two. What's the most
Yeah.
important thing? How do you feel?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I feel good. I get up every morning at 4:30 in the morning. I'm in the gym by 5:15. I like working out first thing in the day. It sets my day. It gets me going. Puts me in a good mood. I'm ready to go. That's what I do for my mind, I do this more for my mental health than anything else because I just feel good. All them
Yeah.
endorphins are flowing. Got that pump you're wearing around all day, feeling like a monster.
Got to, man. Yeah, that's actually honestly this is a great question because I like this is a very deep question if you ask me. So shout out
Mm-hmm.
to Miss Bearded Dragon because yeah, like that's like I honestly I tell Jessica all the time I'm because we have different like just different standards of where we're at, right? Me and her,
Mm-hmm.
we're at different levels, and that's fine. That's where we're always going to be, and we're always going to be growing and changing, and ups and downs, and all that as far as our life with our health and our wellness. To where one thing that has helped me, going off of her question, which is like, how do I start? Where do I start? Like sometimes you have to kind of just like don't even think about it. Like, don't
Mm-hmm.
even because it's so big. When I feel like the fact that she's asking this question, it goes to show how much she cares about this, and how much this means to her, and how much even if she's like, "Oh, I don't care about this because I haven't started yet, or I don't know how to start." What do you mean I care about it? The fact that you're asking the questions and you want to start, it shows how much you care and how much it means to you. You could be doing nothing. You don't have to lift a finger, but I can tell how much this means to you, how much your health, how much your well-being, your presence, your look, your inner self, what you see in the mirror, how much all that means to you. So one thing that has really helped me, especially even with my girl, it's simply just do it and don't even think about it and just start and don't give yourself too much credit, don't give yourself too little credit, just start because sometimes
Mm-hmm.
we're so fearful of fear itself and it cripples us. It allows us to stay at the starting line and we never take a foot off to where sometimes you just have to do it and don't think, do it and don't think, do it and don't think, just don't think. And if you do, fake it till you make it. Like
Yep.
that's been so important for me because I'm somebody who is always going to be glass half empty, glass half empty. But as long as I'm somehow, some way finding ways to fill my glass, even if it's just tick, tick, tick,
Yeah.
little, trinkets, it's gonna help me because it's what I'm looking at now compared to 2 years ago is vastly different. Even though I may still feel how I felt 2 years ago, if not even smaller, and just honestly smaller is the best word for it. Um, I know where I'm at is very different. It's vastly different. So just try to find a way just to do it and don't think too much into it. And don't set your limits too little or too high. You can do anything you set your mind to. Trust. So just do it. And
Mm-hmm.
if your mind's not for it, tell your mind to shut the hell up. Honestly, like that's the bet. And I'm talking to myself when I say that. Because there's
Yeah.
so many things in life I fear. Start the journey with OSL. I feared it. I sat there and the people around me knew like I looked like I was about to self-destruct, but I'm in control of that. And that's so powerful within itself. That's empowering to know that I can literally turn around and walk all this right now. Or I could do
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I feel like I talked in circles on that, but I think it's just how big that question is because that resonates with me and the people around me so much. I mean, my girlfriend fiance constantly finds reasons to like kind of not put herself down, but she's like, oh, I don't have the same motivation as you, or oh, I'm not as disciplined as you. And it's like, dude, you're doing it. You set the bar so high that like you think going to the gym 4 times a week is not enough.
Yeah.
Like, what do you
And it's
mean? That's
the thing is, she's her and you're you, right?
yeah,
That's what we have to don't ever judge yourself against somebody else.
yeah,
Judge yourself against your own growth because we're all
yeah,
at different parts of the ladder, right? Like I may be here, Marcus may be here, somebody's up here, there's people down below us. The
yeah,
advice I would give, so a big part of what I do when I coach clients in general is personal development coaching. We discuss a lot of the mental aspects of things because it just helps us accomplish really big challenges that we're faced with when we can work on that mental side. And one of the things that I tell them all the time, and I've told my children this growing up when they've had big things, when you have something, it's like eating an elephant. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
yeah.
You ain't gonna put that whole elephant in your mouth. And when you have a big challenge, like if you want to lose 100 pounds, you're not going to lose 100 pounds in a month.
Mm-mm.
It's one bite at a time. You just keep making those small changes and they add up into a great big huge change.
Yeah.
right? And then you're able to, and then you look back a year, 2, 3 years from, then, and you're like, holy crap, I ate the elephant,
Yeah, yeah.
right? It
And
does not happen overnight.
sometimes you are the elephant. I mean,
Yeah.
you're that big thing that needs to be eaten. Sometimes like your biggest fight is within yourself. It's an inward fight. It's you against you, and that's kind of to go off what you're saying. It's only you at the end, but that's once again, you are the most powerful opponent you'll ever have because you're going to be the one that stops you from doing it. You're going to be the one that allows you to do it. So it's just a matter of having that self belief, and if you can't find it, if you can't kind of like round up that feeling, then silence it.
Hmm.
Silence all the doubts that you do and just silence yourself because you're that powerful. You can do that. Just the same way as you
Another
can stop yourself, you can do it.
uh, another key factor to that too is uh, don't make excuses. Don't play the blame game. Own your own bullshit. Every situation that we are in
Yeah,
as an individual is typically brought on by our own choices. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, but own it. Because when you own that, when you own the mistakes, you're able to recognize, okay, I made this choice. That was a mistake that I made. I know not to
yeah,
make that again, right? We learn from failure. We grow in the gym from failure. We learn mentally from failure as well. So, but
yeah.
if you're like, this happened because that person's a jerk, or this happened because I'm just not good enough, or whatever. No, own it. Own your bullshit. It's not. That's the easiest way to put it. Just own it.
That's very true, man. I mean, honestly, there's so much that could be said about this because to me, this is the biggest battle in life. Honestly, like that's why, and I like my brain. It's really hard to even like correctly approach this question because I feel like it's a very important question. It's one of the hardest
Yeah.
questions is how you go about doing these things in life. Um, but I feel like there's so many things that can be said and there's so many things you could do. But ultimately, yeah, we find excuses like every day. Every day there's a
Mm-hmm.
different excuse. And sometimes we were very uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. And I've always been big on like being able to weather the eye of the storm, right? I've always been big on that. I've had a lot of like, there's a lot of that going on in life in general for everybody. Everybody has problems, everybody has their own problems, and life is life and it's huge. But like when you can really be like comfortable with being in like a discomfortable state of mind and just like if you don't like going to the gym because it's crowded, do it. Like, take that leap of faith, step foot in that fearful area and just, find that mental, whatever it is that you need to do it and just be uncomfortable. Because when you're the most uncomfortable in life, it's when you're going to see the most growth because we are fearful of
Mm-hmm.
everything. I fear everything. I'm the biggest, I don't know what I can say on here, but I'm the biggest.
You say whatever you want, man.
Man, I'm the biggest. Like I'm a bitch, man. I'm a
Yeah.
bitch. Like I really am. I mean that to death. I am such a punk in life. I'm fearful of everything. I fear people. I fear myself. I fear humans. I fear the gym. I fear so many things.
Mm-hmm.
And I can take that and allow myself to become Gary the snail and just start to just fold up or I can just be like, you know what, I gotta do something about it, man. I have so many dreams, so many things to conquer myself in general, to where you can just really just try to be uncomfortable. That's when life actually starts to happen. I think Nas had a thing that says, dang, I'm not gonna be able to remember the quote, but pretty much once you become uncomfortable in life, that's when life starts. Pretty much, that's the basis of it. So
Yeah.
you just got to get uncomfortable and just put yourself in the situations to where you're doing the things that make you feel really vulnerable, very uncomfortable. You sit there and you feel insecure, and I'm at the gym at 5 because I had to be there at 5, and there's all these people and they're staring at
Mm-hmm.
me. And it's okay because you're still you. At the end of the day, you're the most powerful thing in this world because you are you and you have your power. You are in control of that. You harness it. So make those changes. And I'm sorry, this is a hard question. Honestly, that was a very tough one.
I
It's such an
love it.
easy
I love
question.
it. I love that answer. In fact, I think that's the perfect way to end the show is, just, uh, just learn to get comfortable being uncomfortable, and you will be amazed at the changes
Yeah.
that happen. So I think we've covered a lot of information, and we'll do it again for sure.
Anytime.
I know Marcus will come on here. Make sure to check out Marcus on. He's also part of the Muscle Maturity podcast. If you go to YouTube and just search Old School Labs, you'll see the Muscle Maturity podcast. He's on there with Samir and John. Samir, 1983 Mr. Olympia. John, Mr. Natural Olympia. So he's, and then you got Mr. No Olympia. So it's a great
right.
cast.
You got Mr. Nobody. I'm there. I
It's
gotta bring that maturity to
man. It's a great cast, and they break down bodybuilding. And the neat thing about it is, you got, when you have people, you got, Marcus knows a lot about bodybuilding and understands what judges are looking for. And Samir has been on that stage, and John has been on that stage, so they have a really good insight on the different athletes that are real current and popular right now, and how their physiques are coming along. So definitely check that out. Definitely check out, go to www.oldschoollabs.com. Check out what they got. They got some great merch, great shirts. Matter of fact, I got like 3 or 4 shirts coming that I ordered last week. So I got some shirts coming. Got some
code
subs
WHP. Remember that.
WHP. Remember that.
Make sure you use that code.
With that, everybody, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop us a comment. You ever have questions or a story that you think could be great on the show, definitely hit me up. I'm always looking for great people to talk to. And with that, y'all get out there and work hard, peoples. Keep it old school. And don't forget to smile, baby.
I love it, man.
We're out.
This is an honor, man.
Good.
I love being on here
with
you.